Hello, my name is Devin Tiger. I'm currently a student at Unity College earning my master's degree in wildlife conservation and management. Today I'll be making a presentation over the challenges of sea turtle management for my ethical practice and policy class. This is what I'll cover today. I'll be covering the sea turtle species. There are 7 species of sea turtles, but I'm going to cover the 6 species found in U.S. waters. I will not cover the Australian flatback. The reasons are that 1, it's not found in U.S. waters. It's found near Australia. And the second reason is because it's also listed as data deficient by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. What this means is that there's not enough data to determine its classification status. I'll cover sea turtle threats. I'll cover some case studies that deal with studies that were conducted about the sea turtle threats. We'll talk about ethical approaches to sea turtle management. We'll talk about some policies that protect sea turtles, and then we'll talk about future improvements for the effectiveness of those policies and ethical approaches when it comes to sea turtle management. The 6 sea turtle species found in the U.S. are the hawksbill turtle, the loggerhead turtle, the Kemp's Ridley turtle, the olive ridley turtle, the green sea turtle, and the leatherback turtle. The hawksbill turtle is found around coastal reefs, rocky areas, estuaries, and lagoons. It inhabits the tropical waters of the Atlantic and Pacific and Indian Oceans. It can nest 3 to 6 times per season every 2 to 4 years. Its status in the U.S. is endangered. Its international status is critically endangered. The Kemp's Ridley sea turtle is the smallest of all the sea turtles. It likes to stick around areas with sandy bottoms. The adults mostly stay in the Gulf of Mexico, but juveniles can be found up and down the U.S. East Coast. The Kemp's Ridley is only found in the Gulf of Mexico and the U.S. East Coast. Its status in the U.S. is endangered, and its international status is critically endangered. The green sea turtle is a sea turtle that we're probably all the most familiar with. An interesting thing about the green sea turtle is, as a juvenile, they eat aquatic insects and crustaceans, and then it becomes strictly herbivorous as an adult, preferring to feed on seagrasses near coastlines, bays, and protected shores around tropical waters of the world. In the U.S., the green sea turtle is threatened, and its international status is endangered. The loggerhead turtle primarily feeds on shellfish. It can nest every 2 to 4 years with 3 to 6 nests per season. In the U.S., it is threatened, and international, it is considered vulnerable. The olive ridley turtle, its diet consists mainly of crustaceans. It's found in coastal bays, tropical and subtropical waters of the Pacific, Indian, and Atlantic Ocean. Interesting about the olive ridley is they have mass nestings where their nest sites are. In the U.S., they're considered threatened, and international, they are vulnerable. The largest sea turtle is the leatherback turtle. It's found in open oceans across the world. It goes as far north as Alaska and to the southern tip of Africa. Other sea turtles mainly stay in the tropical and subtropical waters. This is the farthest range of any sea turtles. The leatherback feeds on jellyfish, and it lacks a hard shell. That is the reason for the name leatherback. In the U.S., this species is endangered, and international it's considered vulnerable. I included this picture in Figure 7 to showcase the size of the leatherback because sometimes it can be hard to comprehend how big these turtles can actually become. A couple of threats to sea turtles include pollution, coastal development, habitat destruction, pathogens, and disease. A disease that is particularly devastating to sea turtles currently is fibropapillomatosis, or FP. It causes tumors to grow all over the turtle's body, which can decrease their buoyancy and ability to dive or find food, which ultimately will lead to their death if they are not found and rehabilitated by a turtle rescue or turtle hospital. Bycatch and poaching. There was a study done of sea turtle deaths in U.S. fisheries from 1990 to 2007, and it found that the Southeast and Gulf of Mexico shrimp trawling accounted for approximately 80% of the sea turtle deaths in U.S. fisheries in these years. Climate change is also a huge threat to sea turtles. Warmer beaches, just on virtue of the sand being warmer, the air being warmer, it can create an adult population that is female biased. Sea turtles lay their eggs in sand, and the sand determines the sex of sea turtles. So if it is, warming through climate change, then what will happen to sea turtles is that we'll end up with more female turtles than we will male turtles. As you can see in Figure 8 and Figure 9, some of the issues when it comes to pollution, plastic pollution, trash left in the ocean, old fishing lines, this can entangle sea turtles, or sea turtles will actually eat these things thinking that they are food, and these both can cause death over time. Some of the case studies that we'll cover two of them. The first one was a study done in 2017 of 150 loggerhead turtles found in the Mediterranean near Italian coasts that were already confirmed dead. And the study was aimed at finding what they had ingested and how much litter had they ingested. Of the 158 loggerhead turtles that were found dead, 68% of the turtles had litter in their GI tracts. The chart on the left shows the color of those litter items ingested by the turtles. A study conducted over the impact of lights on the coast of hawksbill's hatchlings showed promising results that if we limit coastal lightings, we can give sea turtles a greater chance of survival on their initial migration into the ocean. Initially, 485 hatchlings were released from a mixture of lighted beaches and dark beaches, meaning beaches that had lights and beaches that did not have lights. Initially, 35 were lost, and they were excluded from the analysis because their fate couldn't be determined. Of the 450 left, 31 were taken by predators. 225 successfully crossed a designated 100-meter mark before 20 minutes. The individuals conducting the study set a mark at 100 meters and a 20-minute time limit to see how long it would take these turtles to get out to that 100-meter mark. At 20 minutes, 178 were still swimming and 16 stranded on shore. Between lighted and dark beaches, all 16 stranded on shore were on beaches that had lights. A full moon lighted beach, 2 out of 15 were successful in making that 100-meter mark. A full moon dark beach, 52 were successful out of 68. Overall, the lighted beaches, 58 out of 176 turtles released, were successful in crossing the 100-meter mark before 20 minutes. On dark beaches with no lights, 167 out of 243 were successful in crossing that 100-meter mark before 20 minutes. This goes to show that less lights or no lights on a beach can help sea turtles reach that 100-meter mark before they can be either eaten or they can get lost. Some ethical approaches to sea turtle conservation. If we follow marine sustainability management, take that ecosystem approach, and protect the entire ecosystem, we'll be likely to protect sea turtles. Trawling destroys vital ecosystems that turtles rely on for their prey. Engaging the community and valuing stakeholder participation should be a goal for all conservation movements, but it's especially important when it comes to sea turtles. Communitarian ethics, working towards that common goal, and letting the community decide how we can go about, goes hand in hand with that stakeholder participation. Some policies that protect sea turtles. The National Marine Sanctuaries Act creates sanctuaries and protects ocean species and sea ecosystems within the sanctuaries. All of the turtles listed they should be covered under the Endangered Species Act. The Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, or CITES, controls trade of endangered and threatened species, and even state and local protections can help. Some improvements from the future that we can do is improve the bycatch process, limit or outright ban trawling, monitor our plastic use and how much of that plastic ends up in the ocean, collaborate with stakeholders and develop new stakeholders, and limit coastal lightings in areas to improve hatchling success and initial migration. I thank you for your time, and I hope that you learned something. Thank you.